Because the ego is not gone.
Yeah.
You put a counter thought, you keep putting counter thought, and it deepens.
Right.
You recognize the peace. I think you literally, point of time you stop actually.
Right.
Then the gnana, the difficulty is that, the buddhi continue to service the ego all the time.
Right.
Even though aham brahman, that's also an ego.
Right.
The buddhi continue to service the ego.
Correct.
Because the buddhi doesn't, because unless guru says, okay, you are not even, the thought that you are servicing the conscious, only guru will tell.
Yeah, that understanding has happened, the recognition has happened. Now the buddhi, the ego has become sidelined.
Silent.
Okay, sidelined. Sidelined, not I say silent.
Sidelined. Sidelined.
Okay.
Then buddhi now doesn't service the ego.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, it starts servicing the conscious.
Yes.
So that switching is a difficult one.
It's not difficult.
No. Yes, Guruji, because all the practices, because either you drive towards deepening the instrument, okay, and there needs to be maturity, where you figure out, right, are you servicing the ego or?
No. See, a Gnani also, there's an ego which arises. Okay? There's an ego in Gnani also. Okay? The ego in Gnani is a burnt ego.
Correct.
Okay? It's almost like a burnt snake, burnt rope. So when they burn the rope, okay, the burnt ashes appear like a rope, but there's no rope.
Correct.
Okay? So like that, a Gnani's ego is a burnt ego. In the sense now the intellect, intellect can understand ego. Right? Because ego is an object, not a subject. Intellect cannot understand the subject. Now ego arising, intellect will say, is able to discriminate and understand it's mithya. Even ego also, any ego arises, I am the body, ego arises also, intellect understands mithya. Intellect cannot understand satya, but intellect can understand what is mithya. Okay. In the process, all mithya nature of the existence is understood. Then satya nature you don't have to understand because you are the satya. So that way it happens. Alright? It is not difficult. It is simple with the clarity. Okay, it is, in fact, it is more simpler than what the simplest possible task you can think of.
Guruji, is a two-step process, Guruji. It's a two-step. One is, you corner the ego all the way. That is deepening the instrument.
Alright.
Then the step two is where that is the ripening happens this way.
Yes.
When the ripening happens and then this drop of gnana.
Yeah, so it is like this, when does the mango fall from the tree? You don't know. Mango is becoming ripening, one day it will fall. Now you cannot say this day it will fall. Okay, but the day you recognize ego as an object, not as a subject, you are free.
Conceptually it is understood.
How else we can understand?
You also said one more thing, like purified intellect will be able to. So,
that's what I'm saying.
So how to purify the intellect?
Purify the intention is listening to scripture, Shastra. That's what I said. How to purify the intellect? Intellect is very sharp, very intelligent person. He can be very successful in life. Okay, he can be a scientist, he can be a businessman, whatever is it. The intellect can apply logic in the physical world, in the world of objects. But subject is the ego. It will control the intellect. Whatever intellect does, ultimately it's controlled by the ego. So the teaching has to happen. Right? The teaching, intellect is serving the, intellect has two masters really, in reality. Ego and the Sakshi. Ego and Chidavasa, consciousness. But intellect always goes by the words of ego or directions of ego. Because the consciousness is silent. Right? So the intellect, only Jnana can free intellect from the ego. Now what kind of jnana is that? This is the Atma jnana. And how does the Atma jnana come? Only comes through Shravana, listening. Jnana, the only input for jnana is Shravana. There's no other way. What kind of Shravana is this? A Shravana is teaching of Vedanta given by a master, competent master or a realized master in a right way. Okay. The jnana has to come. Now what is this right way? What is this jnana? What is the teaching? He doesn't show consciousness. He gives a method for intellect to separate out. Intellect is very good in
Switching.
it's not switching, separation, discrimination. The discrimination ability of intellect is sharpened by the teaching. Okay, that intellect is called purified. What is the discrimination? What is self and what is non-self is ability of discrimination. Is logic is given. Now this is what is called purified intellect. Okay. So now intellect becomes sharp enough to understand what is Atma, what is Anatma, what is Nitya and what is Nitya. It understands what is ego telling me and what is Sakshi. So always now the intellect starts aligning itself with the Sakshi rather than the ego. The intellect has two masters, Sakshi and the ego. The ego gets sidelined. Okay. And intellect starts aligning with the Sakshi. And how does it do? Through discrimination process. The discrimination process is what is called Viveka, and that's what is taught in Vedanta. Only a Vedantic teaching can give the sharp discrimination, not any other practice. Once the discrimination is developed, well developed, intellect has become very sharp and subtle. It's always surrendered to Sakshi. That's called surrender. Now ego is there, but intellect understands it's a thought, it's mithya. Body is there, the world is there, it's mithya.
So that means practicing discrimination alone will lead to this in that case.
Practicing discrimination is again another wrong. Discrimination is understanding.
Correct.
There's
See,
not-
in your day-to-day life, when you are in the waking state, that
Yeah.
only it should happen.
Yes.
So when you say that, okay, this is where, this is not where, so that for everything if you question, then it will not be dual like, okay, check this or that, so where will it end, like the discrimination part?
You don't have to check. You have to only ask, who am I? The ego claims that I am the body and mind and intellect. Okay? I am consciousness. The who am I question leads directly to bypass the ego and leads to consciousness.
So that means you are saying that, am I a computer or am I Sakshi? Like that?
Yeah. Now computer, see the description, we are not speaking of the external objects. Our only confusion is between the ego and the Sakshi. The rest of things are
When I say when it comes to practice, in the waking state, then probably you may have to start from there.
No, you don't have to know. You never confuse yourself with the computer, no?
Correct.
You confuse yourself with the body and mind. Right? So that only discrimination has to happen. Because you never confuse yourself with the body. I mean, you don't confuse the object, right? Of course, there are people who confuse themselves with the car also. They'll confuse their chair also. That's a different matter. we are in a much better shape. Right? Oh, why did you touch my chair? Like that. I'm not speaking of that level. I'm speaking of only a ego where which is confusing you as a body and mind. The Sakshi is just silent.
My only question is, in every transaction, how are you bringing out this discrimination practice so that
You don't have to do every transaction. Sit silently for some time with this using this discrimination, then it becomes natural for you in any transaction. That's what I'm saying, samadhi. So, jnana, by the time I think practically all of you have understood jnana. What is Atma jnana? Who are Atma? I am Atma, you have understood. And you are clear also that I am Atma. But your problem is not understanding, your problem is vasanas which are there, which are stored. So the vasanas you have to eliminate through samadhi. That's what I taught you people, samadhi, sahaja samadhi practice. But again and again go to samadhi. Then vasanas will be clear. So then what happens? Even interacting also, that vasanas will not come up. Very simple, sir, nothing complicated. Okay, vasanas are equivalent to your computer memory. After you write a right program, you erase the wrong program. Writing the right program, you are the Atma, is teaching is given. That's the right program, over. But now some wrong programs are there, you erase it, it's called samadhi.
OS has to get upgraded. It is getting upgraded.
It's getting upgraded.